What is going on, guys? It is Steve Irwin's Greatest Hits Top 20 Movies. Go.
Number 1 is Vice. Number 11, 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Is that real?
I don't know. You were looking at the list. I don't know, dude.
I was looking at it.
Anyways, hit me with the real intro.
How are we doing, folks? This is the Driving from Home. We're gonna start that over.
Get it?
What is up, people? This is the Driving from Home podcast featuring me, Kevin, the bus driver, and
is that your nickname, the bus driver?
Yeah.
Where's that come from?
Because I'm dropping off big loads of kids.
To where? Where are you taking?
School.
All right. And me, Jake.
Meet Jake.
Yeah, I'm like Geico in 2008.
Well, the reason, I mean, if it's still fresh in your head, right? When's the last? When did you see that Marvin movie?
Marvin? Oh, yesterday. Welcome to Marvin.
Okay.
Yeah, it was all about this guy living on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. He was a rough and tumble sort of guy. It was crazy because Steve Carrell did blackface. He played Marvin.
No
yeah,
way.
It was
really?
Yeah, it was a biopic of Marvin Gaye actually. It was Welcome to Marvin, and
Holy shit.
yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
You can't do that.
He did all the
Steve
hits.
Irwin?
Yeah, Steve Irwin. He came back from the dead just to play a black man. I thought it was powerful stuff, but the people in the theater.
If Steve Irwin came back from the dead and did blackface, and I was black, I would not be mad.
What if he came back from the dead and he did like Stingray face?
That'd be classy.
He just did Croc face.
How do you do Stingray face? Do you just put a Stingray on your face?
I don't know. You just look as flat as possible and just mush your mouth up into like a weird, always permanent frown.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. I mean, that ranks at number 4 on his lowest rated movies of all time.
Yeah, it was. The thing about the movie that was super weird was they kept doing this thing. Like the trailer sells it as like this movie where this guy like has PTSD because he got like beat up in a hate crime and he's like recuperating through like this world that he creates, which is I'm sure like how it happened in real life because it's based on a true story. But when the start of the movie happens, he's already like pretty rehabilitated. He's just like this creepy dude who lives across the street from Leslie Mann.
Love Leslie Mann.
And he's
no, I don't.
It's weird. He's like, I don't even know. He's like they definitely spent way too much money. You could tell on all the CG of them in the world of Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what a lot of the trailer looks like in the first place. Anyways, is like just super mystical kind of thing, and I wouldn't have even guessed that it was about like a PTSD.
Well, it's not. The movie's not. So
okay,
it's more about the action figure version of Steve Carell trying to get his dick wet.
Oh man,
yeah,
that's something I could relate to.
He's living in this World War II fantasy world with all these hot ladies, and they all want a piece of him, but they can't. He doesn't let any of them get too close.
He doesn't slay puss.
Because
action figure Steve Carell.
No, because if he does, then the manifestation of his pill addiction, this witch who lives in World War II Belgium, will come and make a time machine car that'll take him 10,000 light years into the future, and then he won't be able to hang out with his honeys anymore. This is all in the. I'm not making this up.
Okay, I was about to say that is the most confusing concept I've ever.
Yeah,
heard
Robert Zemeckis. He's done it again. Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
He's dead. He's back. He's back in the saddle.
Well, I mean, speaking of not slaying puss.
What's up?
Do you?
We're talking about Bobes.
Yeah, no, not Bobes. I'm talking about the Logan Paul.
Oh,
going gay for a month.
He's only men march It's
Only Men March.
I don't know what the
Men Madness.
official title is, but he's definitely gonna eat a lot of dicks in the month of March. They say beware the Ides of March, and he's definitely gonna have a Julius Caesar type situation going on where a bunch of men are ganging up on him in a bathroom.
Do you think he has a PR rep? And how stressed do you think that guy is?
He definitely does, and that guy has the easiest job in the world because he just sits back in his recliner and he says, "Logan, just make an apology video."
Oh my god! I mean, just like the notion.
He says, "Tell them you get views."
Even if it's a joke, like he's just like, yeah, like me and the whole Low gang, we're just gonna choose to not be straight for a month.
Oh, it's the entire gang?
Well, I think like it's him and his Team 10 crew, or at least one of him and his friends.
Is he in Team 10? I thought that was Jake Paul. Is Jake Paul going gay?
Well, no, sorry, that's my bad. But yeah, it's Logan and his friend. I mixed their team names up because
are they changing their team name for the month? Are they going to be the Low Gays?
Okay, yep. But I just love that concept though, of where he's just like, yeah, I'll just change teams for a month, and then like, if that were even possible, don't you think all the gay community would just be like, yeah, fuck this, I'm out. All of March, I'm like, no way, I'm gonna be slamming puss for a month.
Dude, they definitely would avoid any kind of penis that month because Logan Paul is gonna be sucking some wiener.
I could see like the clickbait now, like, what's up, Low Gang? We're going to this gay bar and gonna try suck some dick today. And it's just like
just
pulling dudes pants down. Dab tries to suck their penis, and it's just like, it's just a prank.
He's grabbing people's dicks and he's dabbing with it, using it as the arm.
Check this out, guys.
Look at this guy. This gay guy has balls in my mouth. How gay is he?
What the hell is that? That's so gay. Get your balls out of my mouth.
Oh my god. I can't even believe that.
Yeah.
The best part is no gay guy is going to go anywhere near him because of his hair.
His hair is your problem.
They're just gonna,
that's what you're concerned about?
Yeah, they're going to see him. They're just like, no, come on.
Well, I mean, I was telling you that I was watching his podcast too. I don't think his hair is the problem personally. I think it's just his personality as a person. Like this whole podcast is he puts out a bunch and he gets a lot of these guests. And
did you have any?
First and foremost, is like
porn stars.
He's got well, like he's just loaded it up with porn stars, and one of his friends basically runs the podcast where they just like. What's
his name?
I don't know his name, but like he just takes control, asks all the questions, does all the conversation, and then Logan's just kind of like, he's like, whoa, like sick, you did porn? How's that? Just like the worst questions.
That's
ever
awesome
that
color
like,
commentary.
Yeah, like everything you would imagine that a fourth grader would ask, be like,
oh, sick.
Like, oh, so is it hard to date if you're in porn?
So you do porn, right? Do you still get boners? Or
yeah, he's like, do you guys like sex?
Are you like a sex addict? Or like, is it just for money?
He's just really asking the questions that hit, and you could tell too.
Yeah, I'm sure they love talking to him.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like if you're a porn star to begin with.
Is he only gonna have gay porn stars on in March? In
March, yeah, 100%. Like, we brought a gay porn star on the podcast for clickbait.
And no one's watching anymore.
I know.
Number one.
And then I put their dick in my mouth.
Number one podcast on iTunes. Check us out. Impulsive. We're gonna.
Is it really number one?
No. I mean, I'm sure he claims it is.
Yeah.
But
no, they did say something about that when I was kind of just overviewing it. It was like,
jeez.
Yeah, I mean, they were playing it off as a joke. They were like, yeah, they're number one. Like, haha, we're actually not number one because our questions are terrible for our guests.
What would you ask a porn star?
I mean, I feel like they get all those questions all the time to be like, how did you get in the industry and things like that.
Is Logan Paul like, how's your relationship with your dad?
Yeah, it was basically just super cringe shit like that.
Jeez.
But honestly, that's why like the other guy is just such an important factor.
I could be
in
your
the
new daddy.
podcast. Yeah. He's like, I'm just super fascinated by this stuff, and that's why I bring so many porn stars on.
And I'm really into parenthood.
Like, really? Is it because your audience has the same fourth grade mindset as you and wants to know the answer to these questions?
Jeez.
I think if I were going to ask them that, probably ask them, like, what the hours are like and, like, how you, like, I don't know, just endurance questions, to be honest. Like, how much Gatorade
what's it like getting fluffed?
That's a good question. I feel like that's not really asked there.
Is it weird or is it just transactional?
Do you love fluff?
Marshmallow fluff?
What's going on? It's March. I'm getting fluffed here.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to March 1st. Jake, he's over visiting and he's gonna fluff me. And my dad, he's living out in my backyard now, and we're gonna fluff him later. It's gonna be a big fluff fest. So dab
on the fluffers.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I mean that's about all I had to cover on that.
He's gonna be on an episode of Freaky Eaters. He's gonna be eating male ass all March.
Hell yeah. I'd actually watch that.
Oh, wow.
Not the ass eating, but like, yeah, the ass eating.
Okay. I didn't know what else there was.
No, yeah.
What else you got? What else you got for me? What else happened this week?
This week, I don't know, man. Like, I watched Bird Box. Do you
No.
want to talk about
all the?
Well, speaking of box, no.
This episode is sponsored by Loot Box.
Oh,
okay.
Too soon.
No, dude, that movie, I don't understand. There's people who, I think that the main thing is why it's like so ever present in the meme world is just because it's on Netflix and it has like a mainstream actress in it.
Yeah, that's 100% it. Is like it just blew up on Twitter because people, once it's advertised on Netflix and it's just kind of in front of you, like on that front page, people are gonna watch it, and like it's more inclined to get clout on Twitter.
Yeah,
it just gets more renowned. So like the thing right now is people have been watching that You show, and I just finished that too, which is actually an interesting concept more than Bird Box.
How many blindfolds are in that?
Not enough.
Okay.
And no one did the Bird Box challenge in it, and I was a little bit upset by that. I'm basically expecting that in every movie nowadays.
Did you see all the? I was watching another podcast and they did a what the monster looks like reveal, and it was like this whole dramatic thing. They were building up to it, showing all these clips of this artist drawing, and then it was just like this naked dude. It was so stupid.
The real Bird Box challenge. That's why you can't lift your blindfold, because otherwise Logan Paul is gonna try and suck your dick.
Blindfolded,
yeah.
He's the monster. In March, that's Bird Box. The entire story of Bird Box actually took place in March 2019. Everyone was blindfolded so they didn't have to see Logan Paul trying to be gay for a month. Because if you saw it, you would kill yourself.
I definitely would have. Like, what is going on, Logan? And it's
No.
That instead of like all the crazies, they're like, hey, take off your blindfold. It's just Logan.
What's
going on, Logan? You want to see me suck this?
All those guys who don't kill themselves are the people who bought the pay-per-view for that KSI fight. Like, it's beautiful. The low gays, they're out.
You know what would have been? I don't know why. This is just a super weird thought that came into my head, but what would have been like super great comedic relief is during that sex scene with Sandra Bullock and
the black guy
and the strong guy.
Yeah, strong guy.
Just like during that sex scene, they were just both blindfolded.
Dude,
like Bird Box challenge.
They should have been
just trying to figure out where.
They should have put a blindfold on his penis.
What?
It's got a head, dude.
That's the real monster.
It's got an eye if it sees the monster. Oh yeah, she has the blindfold. She takes it off. She sees his dick and just starts choking herself out. she starts stabbing herself. She's like, "No, it's beautiful." That's why the crazy people had to kill that guy. They knew he's the real monster.
He saw his dick.
He was
because it was March.
He was standing out in the street when her sister crashed the car. She was like, "Oh my god,
he's beautiful.
The perfect man."
It was his dick, yeah.
It curves only slightly to the left.
Great width. But yeah,
dude. And then I can't believe people are actually trying to drive around with their cars boarded up and the windows painted over.
That you told me was just like, oh, that's the epitome of stupid kids.
What do the police even do? They're just like, we have to show you that guy's dick now. You have to kill yourselves.
Yeah, I just love the idea of these kids' parents just going up to their insurance companies though. They're like, yeah,
Bird Box, ever heard of it?
What was the situation with the car?
You know what's the stupidest part of that movie that I haven't heard people talking about? The fucking Bird Box is barely even a main point of the movie. I thought it was gonna be like this way like spookier thing where they're like creeping around and then the birds start going off and then they got to do all this stuff. But these birds got battered around in those rapids, somehow survived. I guess the story, it really is all about the Bird Box and how those birds didn't die.
I definitely agree with you in just that, like, I feel like it was something that they needed a title at the end. They're like, all right, and then Sandra Bullock gets off of the rapids and they just go to the,
they're like, we can't call it
the mentally
huge dick, Tom.
We can't call it one-eyed black monsters, so we need a different title.
Tom's dick? No.
No.
Call the
Tom's penis.
They're like, what if we call the boy and girl boy and girl?
Boy girl.
That way we don't have to make up names, and then later we'll just name the kids after other characters.
How bad did you want that little girl to die?
I wanted her to die so bad. I wanted Sandra Bullock to just be like, you're looking,
yes.
You're gonna see the dick,
like, yes.
and you're gonna hang yourself with the birds.
As soon as she said that, she's like, no, I decided we'll go. I was like, oh yeah, she's gone. This
Bye, girl.
Dead. Bye, girl.
Oh my god, that would have been awesome. Just see this little girl just trying to swallow her galoshes.
It sounds like we should remake this movie.
We definitely should.
And just definitely flip it around, those two parts.
We've got the budget.
Tom blind. He's got a blindfold on his dick.
Yep.
A lot of emphasis on Tom's dick.
Major emphasis on his dick.
Logan
Paul's there.
In the forest. In the suicide forest.
Oh no, with a blindfold on. Yikes. Alright, well that's Bird Box. Check it out on Netflix.
That's the Netflix segment of the week.
What I started watching this show that Dom told me to watch. It's like this anime called Baki. Dude, I do not trust Dom for recommendations after that.
Dom is a
that show. He's a little bit of a weeb. That show is batshit crazy. Nothing makes any sense. And it's just like the whole show, like this is also, I think Dom might think it's March because the whole show is just almost like 90% naked, ripped cartoon dudes just wrestling, just getting greased up and going off on each other. And
why does Dom like it so much?
He's like, dude, the fight scenes are so cool. And it's just fun to watch. I was like, I don't know, man.
It's just a bunch of lubed up, ripped guys just like wrestling. And then Dom's like, yeah, these fight scenes.
He's like, dude, it's so sick. This one guy, he gets his there's this part where these guys go to fight. This dude punches this dude in the face, and then this guy like takes out a piano wire attached to a lighter, like a Zippo, and just cuts this dude's hand off. And then he goes into like a 5-minute explanation of why this piano wire cut his hand off. And then they make out. They don't make out, but
Okay. I mean, I haven't been in many fights in my life, but I've never thought to cut off someone's fucking hand during it.
it was wild. Dom's like, he texted me, he's like, episode 4 has got my favorite fight scene, dude. It's like the coolest thing. This dude is getting his ass kicked by this like Russian prisoner dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then this guy just rips all his clothes off, and he's in like a towel thong. And he's got all these cuts all over him, and then he just starts wailing on the other dude after he took his thong out.
So when you say towel thong, is that a combination?
It looks like a diaper, kind of,
Okay.
but it's a thong. Diaper.
Gotcha.
And Dom's like, yeah, it's so sick, dude. Just,
Yeah, I don't think I'll be watching that one.
it's weird. Nothing makes sense. There's all this stuff that's not explained. But yeah, check it out. It's on Netflix.
I'm good.
Check it out in March.
Nothing says good storytelling like 5 minutes explaining why you cut someone's hand off.
Dude, he's like, he goes into like the science of it. He's like, it's.
You're like, yeah, piano wire can cut through skin and bone.
But he's like, as you know, we criminals have access to the scientific community more than anyone else. Hey, what's up, Jamie? Jamie's walking in.
Hey, Jamie.
Kevin says hi.
Hey, Kev.
What does Jamie want us to talk about next?
Nothing. I think she just wanted to say hi because she wants me to come to bed.
Cool.
No, get her out of here. Jamie.
Okay.
Now Kubo's in here. She's going to shut my computer off, ruin the whole thing.
Kubo.
Yeah, shout out to Kubo for that.
Yeah, I just got a cat. Her name's Kubo. She's the sweetest. But she's a menace in the morning. She's got sharp claws. She's got the sharpest claws. She's trying to bite Jamie's books. She bit my butt a bunch.
But she's so cute.
She sounds feisty.
She's feisty in the morning, and then she naps from like noon till now, and then she runs all over the place and climbs up in our closet and lords over us as we try to sleep.
What a life.
Oof. All right, we got.
Well, I mean, you said Jamie mentioned.
Oh, yes. Speaking of
yeah.
Jamie, this is the greatest story, or the greatest question I've ever been asked. So we're laying there one night, right? It's real cozy, and I forget what we're talking about. We're just watching Great British Baking Show as we do, and she looks over. She just goes, "Do you ever get air trapped in your penis?"
Huh.
I was like, "What?" She's like, I think she's thinking like how
a
like
male
how
equivalent of a queen.
yes, but she's like is there ever like air just like is there air just like coming out of your penis like all day? I was like, what are you talking about? It's like sealed. It's not like it only opens up when you have to pee or you jizz.
Yep.
She's like, oh, I thought it was like because she's like, is it like a vagina? There's just like stuff coming out all day.
Yeah. Dude, if my dick queefed, it'd be over. I think I would need to just I don't even know.
It's just like a little.
What do you do in a situation like that? What if your dick coughs?
You're just sitting there, you got a little dick fart.
Little dick cough.
Oh, sorry. That's
Logan Paul just comes. He just hears it, and he's like, "That's what I'm talking about."
Is that absolutely?
March is coming up.
No, absolutely. No, sorry. I stood up too fast. Oh, sorry. Don't mind me. Oh shit. Damn it. It's just I just thought that was. I wouldn't even know what that would feel like. That air coming.
I don't know. I'd
Probably pretty
imagine
good.
it's something like a kidney stone.
I've never had a kid. Have you had a kidney stone?
I have not. No.
Should have had Obi on here to talk about
Fortunately enough.
kidney stones.
Oh man.
My guy passes them left and right.
Next week. You got him.
Jesus. Yeah,
That's a hell of a question, though.
I was like, do you think you like exhale out of your dick? Like, what do you think happens? She's like, I don't know. I just like, It's like a whole.
Your dick is just breathing.
Yeah, dude, I'm ultimate spy. Dude from Bird Box's dick definitely takes a breath.
Definitely breathe. Well, that was a monster. That was the monster of
I
the
know.
movie, actually.
He's sitting there. He
So-
can hold his breath the entire time he's having sex because he just breathes through his penis.
He's just, he's in the rapids.
It's like, dude, just dick first, just bumping into rocks.
Like, yeah, no one take their blindfolds off. He just pulls his dick out and it just steers.
It pulls the dicks out and all the ocean just calms down.
It parts,
Yeah.
dude. It's like Moses with the Red Sea.
It's the Red River. Oh man, but that was wild. That was a wild story. And then
Oh, yeah, definitely, man.
I was there's another thing that was annoying me this week. I ran into a lot of people who just don't know how to use their debit cards, and I don't understand it.
How do you,
It's just
like, how?
like,
When they have to register and they just,
yeah, like I'm behind people at like a self checkout, or I'm like trying to buy a venture ticket, and they're just like sitting there looking at the screen, like waiting for it to tell them like, this is like step 1, order the ticket. Step 2, pay for the ticket. Step 3, take your
Yeah.
card out, and then grab your ticket and go on the train. And they're just standing there like,
they're just naked.
just looking.
They just start taking their clothes
Like,
off.
they're like,
I don't know
"Oh,
what to do.
this is what they want. No, but this woman was like at the venture station, and she's just staring at the screen, and it's on like the screen that shows like the total payment, and it's like insert your debit card, and she's just looking at it for like a full minute, and I'm standing behind her, and she's like, oh, and she puts her debit card in, and she doesn't take it out, so it like doesn't process.
Yep.
And she takes it out, and then it like registers like she just put it back in, so it like goes through the whole thing again. Then she like finally figures it out, and then she's standing there, and the thing pops up, and it's like, okay, added $20 to your account. And I was like, why didn't you just use that? Why?
Yeah. Well, I mean, why were you looking to use the machine? You don't use that.
Yeah, my card's expired right now, so I have to like get a new one.
Oh, so you were getting a new one. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like, I don't know. I think it's difficult for tourists, especially, but if you just look at anyone who hasn't used Venture before, try to use the machine.
Oh, you
it's
know.
just rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a foreign language to them. And the sad thing is it's so clear. It's like, yeah, you want a ticket?
But it's like that with any like self-service station. Like if I'm at the grocery store, I'm waiting for all these mouth breathers to try and buy their bacon or whatever. I'm sitting there.
What's wrong with bacon?
There's nothing wrong with bacon inherently.
Okay,
It's delicious. I can eat it on Whole30. But
got it.
they're just standing there, just staring at the screen. Like I think the screen of a like a POS system, that's like the monster from Bird Box. And people just can't look away
Just
from
see
it,
Tom's
dude.
dick.
It's just Tom's dick up there, and I must be one of the crazies, because I just blast right through it.
They're like, insert payment, and it's just like, oh my god, it's Tom's dick.
This one
It's
dude,
just staring right back at me. And then, like, you and me, we're just like, oh, what's up, Tom's
we
dick?
were at Tony's one time. This guy goes up there, and he's scanning all this stuff, and he's got vegetables, so he has to like enter in the codes, and
Yeah.
he goes up to the tenant or whatever, or the person like working the self checkout station. He's just like, I don't know the codes. The guy's like, all right, I'll help you. And he said there, and there was like someone left like something, like they were gonna buy it but forgot it, I guess. And it was just sitting on the station like before where you scan everything. And he just looks up and he's just like, hey, somebody forgot that GIF. You forget your GIF? Somebody forgot that GIF. He's just like screaming booming through the whole grocery store. And he's like, yeah,
Can't you search the items too?
he's like, yeah,
you
I don't know
not
it.
need the
I don't know what
exact
this
code?
is. I'm gonna eat it.
I don't know.
I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna buy it. Whose GIF is this? If you don't take it, I'm gonna get it. Hey, can you scan this GIF for me?
Because you can search it by name within your store, right?
Yes.
Because that seems pretty universal.
It-
I just like the idea of like this guy. He's just got a whole bunch of vegetables. He just doesn't even know what they're called.
Like, yeah, what is a cucumin? Can you scan this for me?
He's just got jalapeno peppers. He's like, yeah, I got no idea. I'm gonna need your help on this one.
Is
the
that
most discernible?
I know it's spicy. That's all I got.
He's got like romaine lettuce.
Does
like,
that
I got fucking no idea what this is. I only know the GIF that the other person left behind.
I know this. There's Jif here. It says right there, but this, no, it's orange. It's long. I know it's crunchy.
I might put that GIF on my green things. What do you think?
I
Eh?
think that's pretty good. Spicy peanut butter. I might have something.
Peanut butter on his lettuce, dude.
I got this. Hey, is this romaine? No, that's spinach. Oh, what number is that?
It's an avocado.
What number is that?
Let me get the number.
Hey, I got I meant to get potatoes. Do I have those? No.
I'm fucking gay.
No, all you have is you have an eggplant and you have some jackfruit. They have jackfruit at my store.
I'm gonna put that eggplant in my ass
because
gay.
it's March.
Where's Logan?
Where's Logan? I got some Jif for him. I'm gonna put it on my penis, see if he licks it off.
Logan Paul's just like a dog.
Come here, Logan.
Come here, Logan.
I got the peanut
Come here,
butter.
Logan.
He's like, hey, I got the peanut butter.
Madness.
And I got those spicy green things you
I
like.
got the GIF in the code 37841s.
I got them. I got them for you, Logan.
Refers to the actual vegetables as the code name back at home.
That guy told me. He told me these are called jalapenos. I said, no way.
I said, I know those as 1826559.
I used to work at Walmart's. I know what they are. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh,
don't ever forget your GIF. Is basically the moral of this.
That might have been mine.
So the thing just hit time. If we want to wrap this.
Oh, we're doing the 30-minute mark.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, we can do that. Did we miss anything?
We got a couple things, but we can talk about them later. So I want to talk about that wrestler who was smacking around that other wrestler with her bloody tampon.
Yeah, well, I mean, I gotta watch that anyways.
Oh, it's hot stuff. They're in the middle of the street, and she's just shoving this thing down the other one's throat.
All right. Yeah, we can wrap it then.
All right, and then we definitely I gotta show you that video of the guy who hits 250-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Dude, yeah, I want to see that just for my own well-being.
That guy,
to be honest with you.
he's crazy. But
I would think I was like talking about that the other day. Just the ability to even come close to hitting something.
oh,
like
he's
that.
superhuman, and you'll see.
Because my roommate was talking about like his coworker has this 15-year-old kid who's like supposed to be a baseball prodigy, like 88, and I was like, put me in the field with that kid and I'll go yard on him.
I'll go
And
yard.
I thought about the guy who's hitting 250 miles.
Dude, that dude, he'll smack those 88 mile an hour to space.
How do you even recreate a 250 mile per hour fastball?
He just took the-
Is it like rocket technology?
He got Elon Musk to make a batting cage for him. He's actually in the video too. He calls out like all the big hitters in the league. He's like, anybody, Bryce Harper, Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, 1-on-1 in the cage with me. I'll hit more than you will.
That's dope. I would definitely do the same shit. I would talk shit
Yeah, he's a crazy person.
because there's no way you could do that.
Well, some of them, he's just like, you can kind of tell he's just like throwing the bat out there. But he's hitting some dingers. He definitely
That's what's
will
up.
send an 88 mile an hour ball up. He'll send it into that roadster that Elon Musk launched into space.
Definitely make that kid cry. That's what I'm all about.
All right, we'll talk about some crazy CES stuff maybe next week
All right.
because that just happened and there's some goofy tech they showed off.
The CES.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Been good.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Thanks for listening to us talk about Tom from Bird Box's dick for solid half hour.
It was a good
here.
bit. It was a good bit.
It was
The real monster from Bird Box. That's what this would be called.
real monster, the one-eyed monster.
From Bird Box. It is beautiful, and you're beautiful.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Catch you tomorrow.
Yeah. Laters.